Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to LoreGainz. Today we are covering the Disney Lorcana Challenge European Championship top decks, a color combination of each deck. So stick around. Let's hop right into these deck lists, and I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that topped, everybody that was LCQ. You guys are amazing. You bring the spirits to Lorcana, and shout out to you guys for doing such an amazing job. And shout out to Lorcana for putting together such awesome, Ravensburger putting together such awesome tournaments that keep us engaged and keep us playing the game. But yeah, happy Monday. Here we go. The top 8 decks. We are playing in a purple meta. There's a lot of genies, a lot of genies. Everyone's playing like four of the genies, which makes a lot of sense. It's a crazy card. It's very strong. But our top 4 was all purple. That's wild. Our top 4 was all purple. We had some purple steel. Spicy, very spicy. A lot of red purple. Is it looking like the best deck in the format? Possibly. Yeah, it's looking really good. Red blue managed to not convert very well. Green purple converted very well. Green purple did fantastic. Amber steel songs unfortunately did not make it into the top 8, but we do see a few red blues, a lot of red purples, and some green purples, purple steel. I think purple steel is such a strong deck right now. But let's hop into some of our deck lists here. Let's talk about it. First place, Domingo Martinez. You see that? I'm using my Spanish accent. Domingo Martinez, congratulations on getting first place, man. Fantastic job. So Domingo's running the 4/8 1-drops, the Brooms and Eternal Box Followers, and he's not opting for the Diablo. I think he prefers having command of his draw power whenever he needs it, versus waiting for the Diablo to get banished. Plus, he's not running... Oh, he's running 4 snakes, which I think is a really cool option, especially into steel. If you can play a snake on turn 2, it's such a power move because it just disrupts your opponent's tempo so much. Amber steel songs, purple steel, getting that 3/3 body is very hard to deal with, especially with so many babooms or fire the cannons running around. Madam and Fox, 4/3, powerhouse, rush. What else can you ask for? Sisu is a power play on turn 3. She's a quest for 2. High strength, high willpower character. It stops Amber Steel songs in their tracks. Almost any deck, actually. The Genie, there he is, the MVP, 2/4. Quest for 2, evasive, draw a card on play, 20 bucks per copy of non-foil, probably. I know it's up there. It's a pricey card, guys. But he is meta changing. He is meta warping. He's kind of like that, that mini evasive back in the day. But we have a few ways to deal with the Genie here with this deck. We have the Bell. Really cool combination, really cool combo here is especially if you're going second, you should be at a disadvantage, but a cool way to clear your opponent's Genie is you swing into your Genie, you play your Bell on 5, you redirect Genie's damage onto your opposing Genie, taking him out, clean banish. What's up? And Bell's a 4/4 quest for 2, and her ability says when you play this character, you may move 2 damage from chosen character to chosen opposing character. So you can't really move damage onto yourself. I don't know why you would. Maybe because of Rapunzel or banishing your own Diablo. But you can move damage from your character to an opposing character or opposing character to opposing. Really cool character. Been playing her in Blurple, and she does work, guys. She does a lot of work, especially with the high willpower characters like the Genie, the Sisu, Elsa. These can take a lot of hits, and you slap down a Bell and you just gain such good tempo and removal. The Maui's at 3. I guess we're okay with 3 Mauis since we're playing Elsa and we're playing Bell as a form of removal. Lady Tremaine at 2, and Madame Medusa at 2 as well. So the big removal package here, we have options 2 and 2, and we're only playing 3 B prep, but the 4th B prep is the Sisu. Sisu comes down and wrecks your Elsas, your Genies, your Merlin Rabbits, all your 1-drops, green, purple, I'm talking to you. The Brawl for the removal of a lot of things in the meta currently, actually. You got Flaversham, you got Elsas, Genies, Ariels, a lot of targets. And they're running friends on the other side at 4 for the draw power. B prep, 3, cool stuff. Awesome stuff. I did catch a few games. But what do you guys think of his list, of this Ruby Amethyst list? Like, do you guys avid Ruby Amethyst players, what are your thoughts on this list and adding the Bell? I think it's spicy. I think it's a really good addition, a really clean answer to the Genie. Plus, she has a 4 strength, 4 willpower. That's a very good stat line. Very good stat line in red. Into red blue also as well. You can just drop her down and get some quests with her. But second place, here we go. Green Purple by Michelle Asirelli. See that? Now I'm using my Italian accent. I'm not Italian, I'm Mexican, but I can pronounce some of the words, some of the names. We have a lot of 1-drops. We have Chernobox Followers at 4, Curse Merfolk, 4 Diablo, 3 Broom, and 1 Bonsai. I think they're valuing the snake a little more than the Bonsai in turn 2. There's a lot of 1-drops, so you're going to be hitting that Madam M Snake, or Madam M Snake's going to come down and replace that 1-drop with a 3/3 body, which does really well into steel. Bonsai, great into red purple, or great trading into purple. Also, very good character to play on turn 2 when you're playing against red blue. Quest for 2, hard to remove, but not too great into steel. So that's probably why there's less Bonsai in this list. Gogo Tamago is a game changer. She's a 2/2 evasive. When you play her, you may pay 2, so you pay 4 when you play her, and you gain lore equal to the damage on chosen opposing character. So if your opponent has a big Maui that just cleared a Madam Mim Fox or a Grilling Goat, you're gonna drop the Gogo and gain 4 lore just like that. Massive swing. So it makes your opponent play really weird, which is great. You want your opponent to play weird, especially if they have a big Tamatoa in play. A Tamatoa with like 7 damage on them is kind of scary. Like a Fox with the Crab, combine it, Fox swings in for 7, then you can gain a 7 lore. You can gain 7 lore with Tamago. Crazy plays. I've never popped it off because I don't really play green or green purple, but let me know if you guys do. Ursula's at 4 because her sniping songs is amazing. This deck, I don't know how it is now, but into Amber Steel songs maybe doesn't feel the best. But Ursula is such a power swing. Dropping her on turn 2 whenever you sense your opponent's going to use one of their singers to sing a song, you drop her, snipe that song, and puts you in a really good spot. Plus you can bounce her back or shift big Ursula. Only running 1, which is totally fine. She does come in clutch against song decks. Madam M Fox at 4, Crab at 4 because Crab and Diablo, amazing. Crab plus Genie, also a clean answer to an opposing Genie. Peter Pan at 1. It's not a big green steel meta up in Europe, which is probably another reason why they did so well. So that's probably why green purple did so well. Plus Artifacts, the MVP, is in Europe, and I know he was playing, and he made his, I believe he made the LCQ seed. I believe he made his LCQ seed, passing down into the championship the next day. So shout out to you, man, if you end up seeing this. The White Rose, because you want to quest and get to 20 as fast as you can. White Rose plays, you gain lore. So she's kind of like a goat. Good stat line, 3/3. She's an extra goat. Usually you get 3 extra goats in this deck. Genie, the MVP, get the meta changer. Goat at 4, Rabbit at 3. So there's no friends in this deck. There are no friends, but you're okay because you have Rabbit and you have Genie. That's 7 cards that draw on play. And also you're running the Chernobox Followers, the Diablo and the Magic Broom, which will replace themselves, help you filter out through your deck and draw you a card. So I guess there's no need for the friends on the other side. Plus you gain such good tempo if you're not worrying about singing or losing lore while your characters sing friends on the other side, right? The 1 Bell, because again, she's really good. I think she's really solid. Just to contest the opposing Genies. The Elsa at 4 because you need the evasive rush, and the Ursula at 1 for Amber Steel songs, and she's still 4/7, guys. Quest for 3. What better way to get to 20 when you're questing for 3 with a 7 willpower character that can't be Medusa'd? Alright, here we go. Red blue time, I think. Yes, red blue time. I see shark. So this looks like a standard-ish, maybe, possibly standard-ish red blue. Red blue is very popular. I know a lot of people were playing it. I saw some of the stats. I don't have it on me like right away to see, but Red Bull didn't convert that well, guys. Maybe because there was so much green purple, so much ruby amethyst, amber steel aggro, which is having a better time into red blue than just slower traditional amber steel songs. And they're running the Tipo at 4, so they want the ramp on turn 2 with Tipo and Sell the Azurite Seat, which is another really broken addition to ramp you. Sell the Azurite Seat, of course, needs an inkable card to ink the additional card, but it draws you a card, helps you filter out. Sisu at 3, so you can shift, and her with any ice block just feels amazing. And they are running the 4 ice blocks. Grammatala, so you can play her on turn 3 if you ramp. Hafarago, you can sing Hafarago with Grammatala, plus she has really good stats. The draw with the harem, the Maui at 3. Maui Shark just belongs in this deck, guys. There's so many actions, even cheap actions that you can play and gain lower with Maui Shark. Also, if you challenge into a character with Maui Shark, you gain one of those actions back. So you can grab your Let It Go, your B Prep, your How Far Go, Brawl, Vision, Sell, Hideaways. So many broken selections here. The world is your oyster, guys, when Maui Shark is in the sea. Sisu at 4, her wider removal. So they're opting for the Sisu over B Prep. Not sure if that's very common. What do you guys think? Like, have you, from your playtesting, like, is that typical? I don't play Ruby Sapphire, so I don't really know that well, but a B Prep on legs just sounds so much better than a song that can be sniped by your opponent. But here we go. The Vision, Sell at 4, Hideaway for those locations, which I haven't seen too much in this meta. Maybe they're just not that popular. I do know there was a red blue with McDuck Manor running around somewhere that did really well. And I think that's pretty cool. And it was less, I wish I had pulled up the deck list, but it's out there somewhere if you guys want to check it out or look it up. The Let It Go, the one of Let It Go, so you can ink one of your opponent's Tamatoas, which is probably the best answer. Best answer to the Tamatoa, because you don't want to B Prep the whole board. And also Maleficent. Maleficent's another really good answer for a Tamatoa, opposing Tamatoa. Or a big Shift Cindy, possibly. The 1 B Prep, 4 ice blocks, a lot of items. The Shield of Virtue. I think the Shield of Virtue pairs up really well with the Maui. If you can double hit a character, you get 2 actions back. That's just such a good tempo swing. So it's like drawing 2 cards, but choosing what cards you choose to add. The Greatstone Dragon, just the one of, just so you can get some free ramp. And the 1 dime. That's interesting. I mean, Tamatoa gets it back. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, well they managed to make top 8, so congrats to you, KYUU. Congratulations on getting top 8. Super cool. Let's go into our next deck list here. Alasas. I like the name. Alasas Ariman. Probably mispronounced that. It's probably Swandai. Swandai. Sounds familiar. Right? Do you guys know? I feel like I've heard of this name. But anyways, let's hop into our 1-drops. We have the 3 followers, the 4 Diablos, the 3 brooms. You need the 1-drops. You're not running Snake, which I think is fine because Steel has such good 2-drops. Smee and Calhoun. Oh my god, Calhoun is such a problem. In a good way. She is such a menace, guys. She puts in a lot of work. She's a resist 1, 3/2 character, quest for 1, and during your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore. She's kind of like a Robin Hood. So this is a pretty fast deck. There's some mid-rangey cards in here, like the Pluto, the Belle, the Elsa, but you're tapping out at 6 ink with the Hades. Let's see what else is spicy in here besides the Hades. I guess the Pluto is really cool to protect your smaller characters. You can just quest the wave, Pluto slaps down, and Genie at 4. Gotta play the Genie at 4. The Belle. Another really cute thing you can do is smash one of your own characters and Belle. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you smash one of your own character? No, take that back. Don't listen to me. The Belle is great for dealing with the opposing genies, like we said earlier. Elsa at 4, because she's amazing. The Hades at 1. This is the one that gains you lore, right? Gains you 2 lore? So during an opponent's turn, whenever one of your other characters is banished, you gain 2 lore. So this into a B prep clears 3 characters, you gain 6 lore. Plus you quest for 3. And also when you play him and he's banished by an opponent's, like say Medusa, or he's Zeused, you gain a lore. So it's not a lose-lose situation. It kind of feels like a bigger, badder Baloo, kind of. During an opponent's turn only, so it can't happen on your turn. Say you want to challenge something, it won't happen. You can't get the lore. So that's still be an opponent's turn. Into a Sisu, into a B prep, makes him think twice about playing it. Fire the cannons at 3 because it's an amazing card in this type of deck because you want to stay low to the ground. Smash at 2 for those opposing a lot of purple things that you can hit smash with. Aerials. Also dealing damage to an opposing Pluto plus challenging feels really good because you don't lose out on the character that challenges it. Friends on the other side at 4 because we have a few singers. Zeus at 2 and the library at 3 because it's a very strong draw engine. Plus, if you're going into a red-blue, you slap down the library, it's going to get you some lore, especially early game. But congrats, Swan Die, for getting top 8. Very cool red-purple list. Purple-steel list, sorry. Now we have, oh my goodness, the return of the green steel. The one green steel person in the whole tournament. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there was more green steel, but this guy made it all the way to top 16. Congrats to you, Zen. Lorcana Boons was the name of the deck list. He has the Diablo package, the 1 Calhoun, the 1 Anna, Ursula, full 4 set, the full set of Prince Johns, a lot of Uninkables, but this guy cooked, so what do I know? The Muse is at 2. I think that's pretty typical, right? 2, 3. Beast, because he wants to shift onto Morph and you want to draw cards. Tinkerbell to remove stuff. Plus Morph, you got Morph to shift her onto. Hypnotize at 3 because that and Prince John gets you ahead so much. Sudden Chill because you want to double sing it with Ursula while you have Prince John on the field and win. Let's Storm Rage on, Strength of Raging Fire, Bruno at 4, Hidden Cove at 3. I think it used to be 2, right? It used to be 2 Coves, but it got bumped up to 3 because it's such a good card. But yeah, this is it, guys. Green Steel discard. Zan made this deck popular, winning one of the DLCs, and now we're seeing it in Europe all over the place. And I don't think it's doing that great in this meta, just because there's so much steel and so many genies running around. But this guy did fantastic. So shout out to you, Dezenmen, Dezenin. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Amber Steel Songs. Oh, what a cool color combo, right, guys? Simba. Where's his daddy, Mufasa? Sorry. We have our 1-drops. Simba 1-drop. When you play him, you draw a card and you discard a card. He is the target to shift your big Simba onto, and they're running 4 big Simbas. Cinderella at 4, Robin Hood at 4. So we have 2 shift targets, 2 shifting characters on this deck. The Robin Hood and the Simba, which are great singers for a whole new world. I know Robin Hood does a little better into steel, and Simba does a little better into red just because of their stats, because of their strength. Robin Hood is really hard to deal with if you're playing steel, and Simba, because of his 4 strength, is also really hard to deal with, especially when he's restanding your characters and you're trying to be aggressive. The Lilo, also fantastic into red. Post B prep turn, she comes back, and she is annoying. They call her Zombie Lilo out in the streets. Dock at 1, so you can draw extra cards. I love the Dock. I personally play him in my non-whole new world decks, but I think 1 works. Plus, you can just discard him with Simba if you don't want him around. Another really cool thing about Simba is that if you get clunky with your Uninkables, you can just draw a card, discard it, and not worry about it and go about your day. Ariel at 4, Lawrence at 2. I'm a big fan of Lawrence, but in a heavy steel meta, you ping a Lawrence, then challenge it for 3 strength, or then challenge it, you don't take anything back. Seems kind of free. So with all these Fire the Cannons running around, doesn't seem that great, but into red-blue, which this deck struggles a lot, it does a lot of work. So I love the addition of Lawrence. You can just ink him away if you don't need him, but even into steel, I think even into steel feels really good. Like they're gonna waste a lot of resources on Lawrence just to take him out. Pluto, the bodyguard, set 6 Azurite Sea steel card that made its way into Amber Steel songs. He's a bodyguard, 5/5 without any damage on him. If he has damage, he's a 1/5. But if they ping him, you can Rapunzel him, and if they challenge into him, he's going to trade guaranteed into that first character. Rapunzel at 4 because she's an amazing draw engine and works really well with these high willpower characters like the Robin Hood, Pluto. Robin Hood Shift. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic singer. You sing a whole new world with him, puts you in a really, really good spot, especially if it's early. He's hard to deal with. Simba to restand characters. His shift is on 3, so it costs 3 to shift him onto one of your small Simbas. And his ability sends at the end of your turn. If this character is exerted, you may ready your other characters. Pretty solid, especially with Lilo. If she comes back, you can ready her at end of turn because she does come into play exerted when you bring her back from your discard. Running the full set of Storm, Strength, World's Greatest I think is very good into the meta right now because there are a lot of high strength characters. Even the 3-drop Sisu, the 3-drop Sisu with 4 willpower can be pretty big, so you can take her down on turn whenever you're seeing early on. It also takes out a big Sisu, a Tamatoa, which is very hard to deal with for Amber Steel songs. Shmaui Shark, and even that 4-cost Scrooge that's so broken. Just kidding, that's just shameless blurple plug there. Zeus at 2 and the Whole New World at 4. So they're splitting the Zeus with the World's Greatest Criminal Mind. I think Criminal Mind's awesome. It is inkable, just ink it away. I don't think you necessarily need the Queen to pair up with it. It does work well, but like Simba having 4 willpower, it feels like such a great target for Shift. I think one of the weaknesses of Queen was her 3 willpower. She can easily get banished by most characters, including Smee, Calhoun, Snake. There's a lot of 3-strength characters running around. So Simba's great. I think Simba's fantastic. Trades really well. And finally, Top 32 by Justin Morales. That sounds really familiar. This is the Blue Steel guy. And he's playing Robin Hood. Okay, we'll get there in just a second. But let's talk about Jim Hawkins. Jim Hawkins is a 0/4. When once during your turn, whenever your card is put into your inkwell, this character gains Challenger +2. So if you're inking twice, say with a Sail or a Fishbone Quill, plus you're inking for turn, this guy can single-handedly take out a Calhoun, can take out a Smee, a menacing Daisy, because you know how it goes with daisies in this deck. 4 willpower is very hard to deal with. Plus his shift, there he is, he's in the corner. Plus his shift, let me cover this light. There you go. Plus his shift says 5/5, quest for 2, shift on 3. When you play, shift for 3 ink, 5 uninkable. When you play this character, you may deal 1 damage to a chosen character or location. So you can play him, deal damage to a character or location, and take out almost anything, including a Tamatoa, as long as you inked 1 card. I think that's insane. Well, technically, sorry, I worded that incorrectly. So if you shift this Jim Hawkins onto a small Jim Hawkins, the Jim Hawkins still gives the shift the Challenger +2. So you can play this Jim, gain 2 Challenger, putting him at 7. If you can ping a Tamatoa, you can take him all the way up to 8 and equally trade with the Tomato, which is, I think it's fantastic. I think it's solid, guys. Solid, solid, solid. Ariel at 2 because Ward is broken right now. Robin Hood, he's evasive on your turn. He's a 4/4. He deals with the genies, so they're not playing the bow, but they are playing the Robin Hood. He costs 6, but if you're ramping, you can usually drop him on, say, turn 5 at least, if you're ramping. And if you're quilling, you can drop him on turn 4. And this character says, when you play this character, if your opponent has more cards in hand than you draw a card. And during your turn, he gains evasive. He's a 4/4. He's a clean answer to the genie. Tinkerbell at 4, because you need that strong removal paired up with the Grab Your Swords at 3. Tomatoes at 4, Fire the Cannons at 3. I think this deck deals, uses Fire the Cannons really well. Sail the Azurite at 4, because it's an amazing card from set 6. Allows you to ramp, draw a card, and ink an additional card that turn as long as it's inkable. Visions of the Future, so you can dig 5 cards in and find exactly what you need. A Whole New World at 3, so they're cutting down on the Whole New World. Again, not a big blue steel wheel player, but let me know if you guys think that's typical or if that makes sense. No Honey Roll. I know some decks play no Honey Roll and some play a full set, but I think 3 seems pretty fine, right? You always have the Fishbone Quill to ink it away, and you don't always need it because you have Flaversham drawing you cards, then you're chilling, right? Grab your swords to remove white boards, let it go at 2 for the opposing pesky Tamatoas or even Genies. Like, I wouldn't, it seems like a bad tempo swing, but even inking a Genie, because it can run away with a lot of lore, especially because of its 4 willpower, is very tough to deal with into this type of deck. Fortisview at 4, Popsicle at 4, Fishbone 4, and Lucky Dime at 2, so you can win your games in 1 turn. And that is it, guys. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if I made any misplays going over these deck lists. But I want to shout out to my YouTube members. Appreciate you guys so much. Remember to smash that sub button, and I will see you guys tomorrow.